Welcome back everyone. My name is Jen and today's video I'm very excited to share with you. This was a requested video, which I hadn't even thought about it until someone said something. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be a really cool video to do. So someone requested that I talk about this book, 100 Heirloom Tomatoes for the American Garden by Carolyn Male. This is a fantastic book. I finished it last summer. I took it with me on vacation. And I really enjoyed it. It's very informative. She talks about some really gorgeous tomatoes. The one that's on the cover is the Black from Tula, which is a very popular tomato. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at that. I am a moderator of a Facebook group called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. It's a really awesome Facebook group. Me and my best friend Lauren, we also do it's called Tomato Talk Live. So it's a show that we do monthly right now. We might do it more in the summertime months. We just recently had on the tomato breeder Bill Yoder this past Friday. It was just a couple days ago. And he talked about how this is like one of his favorite books. And I was just like, oh, I'm about to do a video on that book. I love that book too. And he was saying how this book and Craig LaHoulier that started the Dwarf Tomato Project, that basically he was like in the corporate world and didn't like it anymore. And he was talking about how this saved his life, this and the Dwarf Tomato Project, which I'm going to do a video on that as well, the Dwarf Tomato Project. Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, I recently put up a guide where I listed all of the Dwarf Tomato Project tomatoes. And I'm also going to do another guide of the 100 Carolyn Male tomatoes that she loves. So look forward to that in TLC if you're already a member. If you're not, go become a member because there's so much information on there. Like the guides, like I just talked about, there's guides for variegated tomatoes, like different kind of foliage. There's guides for the different breeders. I believe there's one, I did one for Brad Gates. And I'll do another plug for Tomato Talk Live next month. So it's April, gosh, I can't remember. Is it April 5th? We are actually going to have Craig LaHoulier on Tomato Talk Live. The founder of the Dwarf Tomato Project is going to be on Tomato Talk Live. I'm so excited. So one of these days, we're going to see if we can get Carolyn Male. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Yeah, so great book. If you are a tomato aficionado, somebody that loves tomatoes, this is one of the books that you need to have. It's a great reference. I'm actually collecting all of these tomatoes. I have, let me show you. I'm one of those people that computers befuddle me a little bit. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do spreadsheets on the tomatoes that I have. But honestly, I just love to have handwritten things that I can go to real quick. So I have written down all of the 100 tomatoes. This is the Carolyn Male. And then I also have, this is Brad, it was Brad Gates that I did. That was the other guide that I did. But I've highlighted all of the ones that I have. So let's see, how many do I not have? It's about 30, close to 30 that I have not acquired yet. So I'm on the hunt to finish off my Carolyn Male list. I've also got my Dwarf Tomato Project list. And so it's highlighted in orange. So there's a bunch there. So I've got it highlighted and then I have a star also beside if I've already grown it. So one of my goals on my bucket list is to grow all of the Carolyn Male varieties and all of the Dwarf Tomato Project varieties. So, but I just thought I'd show you that. It's got all this stuff. But let's get into the book. My goodness, I'm already 5 minutes in and I haven't even talked about it. So it's a really awesome book. It starts off, she even credits, she said, the person most responsible for my continuing interest in and love of heirloom tomatoes is Craig LaHoulier. So that's awesome. We're actually, I'm like fangirling. We're going to have him on Tomato Talk Live next month. It's so cool. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Please tune in. Let's talk to Craig LaHoulier together. Very cool. So yeah, so she talks about Craig LaHoulier and then for the first 42 pages, talks about like the origins of the tomato forefathers, the different classifications of tomatoes, like commercial, She also talks a little bit about the Seed Savers Exchange. So that's a really cool website. You can become a member. On here it says its membership costs $30 per year, and you get a Seed Savers yearbook. So basically people volunteer to grow out certain varieties, like some of the ones that she has in here. And then you donate to that seed bank. And then you can also, I think you can sell your seeds as well, or trade. So the Seed Savers yearbook, they'll send out to you, and it has everybody that is grown, everybody that wants to trade, what they have to trade. I don't have one yet, but I'm very interested in acquiring one because I'd love to see what it looks like. If any of you have a Seed Savers yearbook, please let me know. Is it worth it to get one of those? I feel like it could be a little overwhelming for me because I think someone showed a clip in TLC of it, and it just had so much information on it, but it's something that I kind of want to do. So like I said, she goes through like selecting the varieties, how she goes about selecting the different kinds, like paste, early varieties, talks about growing them. So there's a lot of information in those first 42 pages. She even has a little section on creating your own heirloom tomatoes. So for, I guess crossing, which is really cool. And then she gets into the actual 100 tomatoes. So I'm going to go through those. And I thought to myself, is this like not cool to be doing this, telling everyone what the 100 is, because then they won't want the book? You will still want the book. This book's amazing. You're going to want to have it as a reference. So I don't think I'm giving anything away, but so it starts with a key, like a key to the field guide. So what that is it tells you each page after this is going to be one of the 100 tomatoes. So it gets to be a very quick and easy read. And then it's just like a reference guide after this. So the first one is Acres, West Virginia, which is what I grew. I grew this one last year. And so when I say that there's a key, so the key there, right here, it has what the key references to. So it tells you the type, the origin, maturity, color, shape, size, yield, type of plant foliage, because there's like carrot type, there's regular leaf, and then there's potato leaf. I believe those are the three. The type, the taste of it, and then seeds, like whether you can get them, whether they're available commercially, because some of them aren't. So first is Acres, West Virginia. This is one I have grown. I've grown this one too. Amish paste. She's got pictures, just the pictures are really cool. Amish salad. I believe this is one I'm growing this year. There's Andrew Rayhart's Jumbo Red. I did grow this last year. So Andrew Rayhart lives in the north of New York City. So yeah, she gives some information about where the tomato came from. It's really cool. So I grew this one last year. The plant didn't do all that great. So I think I'm gonna give it another go. I think it was where it was placed. Just put it in a different place. Anna Russian. I have seeds for this one, but I have not grown it. Aunt Jenny's Purple. Looks a little more red in this, but, and then this one can get 1 pound plus, she wrote. So I've highlighted some things that I thought were really neat. Aunt Ruby's German Green. I've grown this one. This was one of the first heirlooms I ever grew the first year I did gardening with tomatoes. I love Aunt Ruby's German Green. It is an exceptional green tomato. And it's a green one ripe. But yeah, there's a lot of information on that page of that one. Bazinga. I grew this one last year. Loved it. It's a really great tomato. She's got a lot of really good ones in here. Like some even talk about like the climate, like where she, that she grows them, she likes them, but they, they might not be quite right for this climate or that climate. I've grown this one. This was another one I grew. I think this was my second year gardening. Big Rainbow, because Jess from Roots and Refuge, showed this one in her garden, and I absolutely I fell in love with anything that Jess talked about. And I've highlighted something. Let me read it. It says, it is believed that since so many of the gold red bicolors have German in their name or have been documented as coming from Germany, the original mutation that led to this class of tomato probably occurred in Germany or nearby. So that's neat. And this is the cover photo, Black from Tula. I grew this one, was it 2 or 3 years ago? It didn't produce a whole lot for me, so I'd like to regrow it again. And I don't remember the flavor of it. This was before I did taste test. So I really want to grow this one again. Boxcar Willie. I have seeds for it. I think I got the seeds from M.I. Gardener, but I have not grown it. Brandywine OTV. And OTV stands for off the vine. And it says the OTV stands for Off the Vine, an heirloom tomato newsletter that Craig LaHoulier and I once published. So I guess her and Craig had like a newsletter. I think it said what the newsletter was in here somewhere. It's somewhere in this book, but yeah, they did a collaboration on Brandywine OTV. The next one is Brandywine Pink, the Sudeth strain. So I think there's a few Brandywines in here. That looks like a really yummy tomato there. The next one is Brandywine Red. This one says it explodes with flavor. I really like Brandywines, and I just learned that Brandywines do really well in humid climates, and they're really good at being disease resistant. So if you have issues with diseases, maybe try growing more Brandywines. That was something that Bill Yoder talked about, that he always has really good luck with Brandywines because he lives in a more humid climate. He's in Georgia, so they get pretty steamy in the south there. But so yeah, Brandywine Red, which I did not know that about Brandywines. Or no, potato leaf, not Brandywines, potato leaves. So the next one is Brandywine Yellow, and this is a potato leaf variety. Yeah, so she talks about the potato leaf foliage of this plant has been remarkably tolerant of foliage diseases. So if you live in a place that's humid and you get a lot of disease with your plants, maybe try growing more potato leaf varieties, because apparently that's a thing. Very cool. So I have grown Brandywine Yellow. I really like it too. I think I've grown most of the Brandywines. This one's interesting. It's called Break O'Day. I just acquired seeds for this one this year, so I have not grown it. Someone said it sounded Irish because I'm doing like a whole Irish kind of theme planting. I've got 5 or 6 different Irish type varieties, or they sound like Irish. Like I've got one Shamrock, I've got Irish Pink, Irish Stripes. But someone said this sounded Irish, but this is actually from Break O'Day, is from, it says introduced commercially in 1931. It says it's got old-fashioned flavor, somewhat tangy, no sweetness. It's a cross between Marglobe and Marvana. And yeah, so if you look to find out where it comes from, origin, United States, not from Ireland. Next one, Brianna. I have not grown this one. Yeah, she talked a little bit, I highlighted here because she said this is definitely a problem I've run into. Those interested in trying new heirloom varieties are often confronted with lists that have minimal descriptions. When that happens, many growers pick a variety simply because the name appeals to them. Yeah, sometimes the names are quite colorful. So listen to some of the she listed. Duck Clucker. I must have that one. I've never heard of that one. Turkey Chomp. What now?
What now?
There's Jade. Say hi, Jade.
Hi.
And Stump of the World. I did grow Stump of the World last year, so. But Brianna was selected because its Celtic origins attracted me. So that's why she grew Brianna. And it is, the origin is unknown, so. The next one's Bulgarian number 7. This one's Bulgarian Triumph. She's got a lot of reds. Cherokee Chocolate. This is one that I'm not sure if I've grown. If I did, I can't remember. You getting ready to go run?
Yeah.
How far you gotta go?
5.
5 miles. What are you training for again?
50K.
My daughter is training for a 50K. Is that considered an ultra marathon?
Mm-hmm.
Ultra marathon running. She likes to run. About to go run her 5 miles for the day. Hope you're light as a feather. The next one is a fan favorite. This is one that Craig LaHouliere himself perfected. Cherokee Purple. Everybody knows about Cherokee Purple. Everybody loves Cherokee Purple. It's said to be more than 100 years old. That's crazy. This says Cherokee Purple and Cherokee Chocolate are essentially the same tomato, except for surface coloration. Editing this video, I realized I skipped a page. Chris Ukrainian is number 22. The next one is Krakovic Yugoslavian. I have seeds for it, but I have not grown it, so that's to be grown. Kustrali is the next one. Another named one, Debbie. And then this is named after Carolyn Male, Dr. Caroline. There's Dr. Lyle. Dr. Neil. And then I'm sure you've all heard, if you all watch Roots and Refuge, you've heard of this one. Dr. Weish's Yellow. It is in Carolyn Male's book. This is one that Jess from Roots and Refuge absolutely loves. She grows it every year. It is a great tomato. I really like Dr. Weish's. This is another one I have seeds for, but I've never grown. Drusba. Earl of Edgecombe. I just acquired seeds for this one. Eva Purple Ball. Never grown this one either. I can't remember. Is this one that M.I. Gardner has for sale? I don't know. It looks familiar. Now this one threw me off because I was just like, that cannot be a typo, is it? It is not. But it's called Germade Red. And I was thinking, is it German red? No, it's Germade Red. So I don't think I have seeds for this one. So I need to trade or find it and collect it. Let me see. No, it is one I don't have yet, so. And then German Head. Haven't grown this one. I've grown a lot of the old German. What's another one? I grew German Orange Strawberry this year. I've grown a lot of the Germans, but I have not grown German Head or German Red, Germade Red. Here's German Red Strawberry. I grew German Orange Strawberry last year, so I haven't grown Red Strawberry. Next one is Gagosha. And I actually went through all of my seeds. I didn't tell you all that. So I'm going to put in my tomato seed binder a separate area for just Carolyn Male's 100. So when I have them all collected, and I'll have like one section of the ones I've grown separated out from the need to grows, because I do plan bucket list. I'm going to grow all 100 at some point. So I'm getting all organized with that, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the Dwarf Tomato Project. Did I tell you I'm going to do a video on the Dwarf Tomato Project tomatoes? Because not all dwarves are part of that project. There are tons of dwarves, new dwarfs that are being created. Bill Yoder just created a really cool line of dwarf cherries. They're called the Prince line. And I've got a few of those. I don't have all of them, but I've got a few that I'm going to grow this year. So super excited for those. But not all dwarves are part of the dwarf tomato project. But I do want to grow all of those too. All right, on with the Carolyn Male's 100. Golden Ball Livingstons. Golden Queen. Green, which is also known as Dorothy's Green, which I did not know that. I was thinking that I didn't have this one, but I do because I have it and I did a swap for it and it's under the name Dorothy's Green on my package. Green Gage. I love green tomatoes, so I'm excited to grow the green ones that she has in here. Green Grape. I think I've grown this one. I'm pretty sure I grew it last year. I'll have to look and see. I grew so many green ones last year. Green Zebra. This is one that I grew my first year gardening, and it was super productive, super gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and tons and tons of fruit on it. The plant went crazy. You know how you have like, you know how they say you have like beginner's luck, like your first year gardening is like your best year gardening ever? It sort of was like that for me, especially with like the heirlooms that I grew. I mean, I had a banger year my first year gardening. And Green Zebra was one that I grew. I think I grew it the following year, but I haven't grown it since. The next one is Gross Coastally. The next one is another named one, Heidi. So that looks like a smaller kind of saladette red one. Herman's Yellow looks right up my alley. So sometimes it's hard to find a good yellow. I think she talks about that. But she says this one has exceptional taste. So is this one I have? No, I don't have Herman's Yellow. I don't have Heidi. These are a few that I have. I did grow Hughes. I grew Hughes last year. I really liked it. It is a very good tomato. Can't remember if I taste tested that one. My first summer on YouTube, I only did a couple of taste tests. I'm trying to amp up the taste tests every year. Last year, I think I did, I don't know, quite a few more than 2. The next one is Hungarian Oval. So that one looks pretty interesting. I'm growing this one this year. This one's supposed to be exceptional in flavor. Juan Flame. And I believe it's like a larger cherry. Juan Nagib. I haven't heard much talk about this one, and I don't think I have it. Yeah, I don't have this one either. So I've got to get my hands on it. What does it say? It's got scalloped shoulders. It looks delicious. Does that not look so tasty right there? I'm not really sure how big it is. The next one is Jefferson Giant. Does it say how big this one can get? Yeah. 1 pound each in her zone, she said. So not super giant. 1 pounders, not super giant, but you know, good size. This is another very delicious one. I love Kellogg's Breakfast. It's an amazing, tasty tomato. Gorgeous. Kiev. And she says this one's a very good producer. Large pink Bulgarian. Looks delicious. Again, weighs in around 1 pound, but she said it could reach up to 3 pounds. So I don't have this one. This sounds like a giant I need to acquire seeds for. Lida Ukrainian is the next one. Lillian's Yellow Heirloom. Maniel, another gorgeous looking yellow orange. Marisol Gold. Martino's Roma, I don't have this one. Mary Ann. Matchless Austin strain. Matina, I just acquired seeds for this one. Mortgage Lifter, this is another one that Jess talked about. I believe M.I. Gardener sells seeds for it. A really cool tomato. I grew it a few years back. Mule Team. I think this is one that I don't have. Yeah, I don't have Mule Team, so looks kind of like it's a saladette size type. Nectarine, I just got seeds for this one. Nikki Crane. This is one I have not grown. I have seeds, but I haven't grown it. Noir de Creme. I actually got a seed packet and a trade for that one from a seed company, Bill Morin. So I thought that was really cool. Olena Ukrainian. Omar's Lebanese. I grew this one last year. It's a good one. Very good producer. Or was it? No, I grew, yeah, last year. I grew it this past year. Alpaca. I grew it a couple years back, 2 or 3 years back. It's a good producer as well. Here's the orange strawberry. Now, is this just orange strawberry? Is that the same as German orange strawberry? I'm not sure. Yeah. German orange strawberry. Down here at the bottom it says, or German orange strawberry. So that's cool. It was a great tomato. Really liked it. Mine didn't come quite to such a point. Mine were a little more rounded. A delicious tomato. Pale Perfect Purple. Peach Blow Sutton. I haven't grown that one, but I do have seeds for it. Is that in my grow list this year? I'm not sure. I don't have seeds for this one. Pink Ice. So it's one I need to acquire the seeds for. Pink Ping Pong. Is this one? I think I grew it last year. I'm pretty sure I grew Pink Ping Pong last year. Pink Sweet. Another one I don't think I have seeds for. Yeah, I don't have Pink Sweet yet. Plum Lemon. Plum Lemon. Polish Sea. I got these in a trade a couple years back, so I do need to grow these. Rasp Large Red. Redfield Beauty. We're getting there, guys. Red Pear. Grew this one. This one, I believe she's got, well, I won't give it away, but Red Pear is a pretty prolific pear type. Red Pina. Is that one I don't have? Yeah, I don't have Red Pina, and I don't have Regina's Yellow. That's the next one. That one looks like it's a really good one. That's really pretty. It looks like it's a bicolor. Yeah. Reef Red Heart. I just acquired seeds for this one. That looks like a really pretty heart-shaped one. Ressin Strobe. Yeah, they have a little pointed tip. This one said the stalks alone create 200 to 300 blossoms that can be picked for a floral display. So you could not let them pollinate into tomatoes and actually use these as like a floral display. That's insane. So I'm guessing this is definitely one that you would call, this one says a mature cluster has 20 to 40 elongated pointed oval fruits. That's insane. So this is definitely what you would consider a multiflora. Ressin Strobe. Russian 117. Sandul Moldovan. And I think there's a version of this that is green. I have both. I think I have both. But I feel like I have one that says Sandul Moldovan green. But I have that one, the regular one. Santa Clara Canner. Soldaki. I grew this one last year. I think it was last year, yeah, or the year before. I really liked it. It was a good tomato, really good. Sophie's Choice. And this one is a determinant, so it's very compact and short, and this one says it doesn't exceed more than 18 inches. So I would even consider this a mini, like a mini dwarf, not micro, but a mini dwarf. Stupis, or Stupice, I'm not sure how you say that. And this is a potato leaf variety. Sutton, which is like a pale, I would probably consider this one a white tomato. White yellow. Yeah, ivory to light yellow is how she described it. 6 to 8 ounce flattened globes. Tangella. So these are about 2 to 3 ounces. I know sometimes it's hard to tell from the picture that they're a larger cherry, I would say. Tiffin Mennonite. I grew this one a couple years back. I really like this one. Very good producer, really good looking fruits. Ukrainian Heart O'Neill strain. We're getting to the end, guys. And then Ukrainian Heart TNMU strain. So TNMU is the Seed Savers Exchange identification code for the source seed, Jerry Murphy of Tennessee. So it's TN, Tennessee, and then MUJ, just Murphy, Jerry Murphy, backwards, so MJ. So that's kind of neat how they did that. And this one is one that's not available commercially, so I guess you have to trade for those. You can't buy them anywhere. It's a bummer. And then White Queen, I grew this one 2 or 3 years ago. I really liked it. Great producer, tasty fruits. And then Windsall. I have not grown this one, but I have seeds for it. And is it Wahib? This is one I don't have seeds for, so I need to trade for this one. And then Yellow Pear, like Red Pear. I find that Yellow Pear, at least where I live, cracks a lot. It's a very tasty fruit if you can get to it before it cracks, but like you get even a little bit of rain, and the skin is so thin, just every single one cracks. It's kind of a bummer, but Zogala is the last one. And then at the very end, she's got an appendix of commercial sources for seeds and books. So she referenced like a whole bunch of different recommended books by her, different supply companies where you can find the seeds, and then seed sources for individual varieties. And it keeps going. There's like this page, and then there's all of these sources where you could find different the different places where you can find them. So let's see. The very last one I don't have, Zogala, says unknown. So it'll tell you if you can't get seeds for it. So if anybody owns Zogala, please hit me up in the comments or email me. We need to do a trade. So there's some in here that are a little bit elusive, but I'm gonna find them eventually. Somebody out there has these seeds, and we need to keep them going. So those ones that are harder to find, I need to find them, grow them, and then start spreading the joy around, right? So that's my plan. So I hope you enjoyed me going through the 100 tomatoes that Carolyn Male enjoyed. I hope someday that we can get her on Tomato Talk Live. That would be so awesome. Since I'm so invested in growing all of her tomatoes, to actually meet her and chat with her would be like a dream come true. I am excited to share this with you. I'm excited to record the Dwarf Tomato Project tomatoes. So let me know in the comments if these are videos that you are enjoying that I could keep doing. We have guides in TLC, but maybe I could, continue to share those with you in like video form and having pictures and stuff up of each of them. Let me know if that's something that interests you, because I think as a tomato lover, if I weren't doing them, it would be something that I would be interested in seeing, having someone else do, you know what I mean? So let me know if you think the same as I do. And until the next one, you guys go buy this book because you'll fall in love with it. And enjoy your day.